Beautiful wild pigeons in the world. Found widely throughout mainland Australia, the crested pigeon is easily identified by the long pointed crest on the top of its head. This species was originally a bird of the drier inland areas, but it has taken advantage of the land changes brought about by European settlement. Over the last 30 years or so, it has become common even in the coastal cities of Sydney and Melbourne. During the breeding season, the male crested pigeon would perform a display flight and courts the female with a bowing display. Endemic to the island of Luzon in the Philippines, the Luzon bleeding heart pigeon is the species in which the blood feature is most pronounced, with the reddish hue extending down the belly, furthering the illusion of blood having run down the bird's breast. In fact, it is also locally known as Paloma de Punalada, which translates to stabbed pigeon. Because of this striking plumage, this bird is commonly trapped as a pet. But the biggest threat for this beautiful bird is habitat loss and fragmentation through deforestation for timber extraction and agricultural lands. As of 2016, the Luzon bleeding heart pigeon is listed as near threatened by the IUCN. Found in the primary rainforests of New Guinea and nearby islands, the pheasant pigeon is a large terrestrial bird that resembles a pheasant in external morphology, particularly in its laterally compressed tail and rounded wings. No galliform birds occur in New Guinea, and the pheasant pigeon has filled the ecological niche of a partridge or small pheasant. It is a highly secretive species, feeding on seeds and fallen fruits, and it would nest on the ground below trees and bushes. As all four subspecies of the pheasant pigeons avoid human settlements, the little that is known about their behavior mostly comes from observation at zoos. Found from the Thai Malay Peninsula to Indonesia, the beautiful little green pigeon is the smallest of all the green pigeons. These pigeons are sexually dimorphic, with males having an orange neck patch shading into yellow on the underside and a maroon mantle, which are absent on females. Like other pigeons, this species frequently gathers at fruiting trees in subtropical or tropical moist lowland forests. Because of its large range and no significant decline in population trend, this species is evaluated as least concern by the IUCN. Endemic to Australia, the spinifex pigeon is a small attractive species with a distinctive long crest. Along with the crest, these birds have beautiful tail and wing feathers to impress each other during courtship rituals. Because these pigeons are quite weak flyers and inhabit arid rocky regions, they tend to live close to creek beds or other water sources to help them cope with the extreme heat of the day. In fact, researchers have found several physiological characteristics that work together to give spinifex pigeons remarkable tolerance for high temperatures. First off, they drink a whole lot of water throughout the day because the food they eat, mainly spinifex grass seeds, provides very little. They also have unusually low body heat production and have a high rate of non-evaporative heat loss, which means they can cool down without losing too much water. Currently, the species is listed on the IUCN Red List as least concern, and its habitats are protected in several national parks. Native to the New Guinea region, the Victoria crowned pigeon is a large bluish-grey pigeon with elegant blue lace like crests, maroon breast and red irises. Since no galliform birds occur in the region, the large crowned pigeons have filled the ecological niche of a large pheasant. Of all four different species that exist on the island, the Victoria crowned pigeon stands out from the rest with its long white-tipped crest. Despite being protected by the law, this species remains under heavy pressure from illegal hunting and demands of the Southeast Asian pet trade. Because of that, this species is currently evaluated as near threatened by the IUCN. Found in Southeast Asia, the pink-necked green pigeon is a brightly colored tree-dwelling pigeon. It is an adaptable species. It has fared well with human-made changes to its range and has readily moved into cities and is common in Singapore's protected areas and becoming more common over time. In spite of suffering some hunting pressure and targeted by the cage bird trade in some areas, it remains common across most of its range. Because of this, it is not considered to be in any danger of extinction and has been evaluated as least concern by the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species. Found in East Asia, down to Thailand in temperate forests, the white-bellied green pigeon is the only regularly occurring green pigeon in mainland East Asia. Interestingly, this bird is known for its unusual habit of drinking salt water. As a matter of fact, this species would occasionally gather in flocks on coastlines to drink salt water, presumably to aid digestion of fruit. Despite being evaluated as least concern by the IUCN, this species has become relatively rare in China and has declined in Japan. Native to New Zealand, the kadadu, or New Zealand pigeon, is a spectacular species with a white breast and iridescent green-blue plumage. Found in a variety of habitats across the country, the kadadu feeds mainly on fruits, as well as leaves and flowers. Although widespread in both forest and urban habitats, its numbers have declined significantly since European colonization and the arrival of invasive mammals such as rats, stoats, and possums. However, the results of nationwide bird surveys indicate that there has been a significant recovery in the population of kadadu in suburban areas. As of 2022, the IUCN Red List classifies the species as least concern, while the Department of Conservation classifies the kadadu as not threatened, but conservation dependent. Native to the Nicobar Islands in the Indian Ocean, as well as other nearby islands and coastal regions of Southeast Asia, the Nicobar pigeon is a spectacular ground-dwelling bird with long, extravagant plumes trailing down from the neck. Growing up to 16 inches in length, this species is one of the largest pigeons in the world and is considered to be the closest living relative of the extinct dodo. Once known to be found in abundance in its range, their numbers in the wild are declining as they are frequently captured for pet trade and hunted for food. Today, this magnificent species is assessed as near threatened on the IUCN Red List of Threatened Species.